It's a grand old time in the space age. Gather round, let's sing to the void. Come orbit round the banjo. Set your space gun to enjoy. Ain't you heard down there is some nice software, but there ain't no fence where we have no air. Come have a grand old time in the space age. Gather round, let's sing to the void. Come on, boys. Yeehaw! Hello, it is grand old time in the space age with Cascade Cody. We are here with Brittany Collins. Britt, take it away.
Take the bus show me your city eyes. Take me down the dirt ride. I'll be wandering till forever. Soon as I pass, I'll be wandering hills forever. Soon as I pass.
Oh, Brittany Collins, you're finally here.
I'm finally here.
Hot dang.
Thanks for having me.
Man, there is a lot of amazing things I could say about this person who is sitting in the studio today.
Please do.
I remember I remember before I moved here from good old Eastern Washington, I was here visiting my mom, and Brittany was the first person I ever saw play from the Bellingham or Skagit scene. And yeah, at Farmstrong. It was in April. And I remember because it was like...
Because it was cold as shit.
Probably. It was cold. It was cold, but it was one of those things that like occurred to me. It's like, oh, crap. Like people actually like go out and do this. And yeah, since then, we've been on each other's radar and have been one of the people... You've been one of the consistent people. And I like to think I'm in the same boat as where we have... went through spots in our career and have been able to celebrate with each other several times over, and I hope there's many, many more times to come.
Probably not. It's probably all
we've hit the peak. We've peaked, ladies and gentlemen. We've peaked here at the space station, Bellingham. Well, that was a great song. Let's go home. Two Worlds. We've been listening to this one for a while now. It's been out. But it's still just as good.
2 years now.
Yeah. Off of your album, Things I Tell My Therapist.
Yep.
What spurned this one?
Two Worlds.
Yeah.
So that song was really just kind of about this feeling that I always have. Like I always feel like I'm running from one place to another. Mm-hmm. Like, I live in Skagit Valley and I really love it in the valley and get to stretch my legs out there and be in nature, and it's really beautiful. And then, like, as a musician, I spend a lot of my time driving around to cities all over the country, and really enjoy that a lot too. And so I kind of wrote that song about that feeling of always kind of feeling like I was running from one thing to another. Yeah, and it's so true in what we do, because and even more so because you're always going, it seems to be somewhere new or right on that next verge to leveling up. And we're always made to just keep going, but live in the moment, but think about tomorrow and keep working. And, you had a break. Good for you. Keep working. Yeah. And that is just 100% what the musician life is. And it's really awesome that you were able to convey that through this song, because it totally reads 100%. This next tune, The Apple, is one of those awesome folk tunes because it takes a simple saying, a simple anecdote, and it turns it on its head. And yeah, it's one of my favorite songs by you. So let's get into it. I'm so excited to hear it. Anything you want to say about it before you go? Or nope. All righty. We'll talk about it after. The Apple. Born from the wreckage, my father's mistake. I still got his last name. I'll give that away. Banner of my mother, her mother before, be buried beside me, hangs at my door. They say the apple don't
old highway. He light up the whole room, black out my day. I just spend my days dreaming, my head in the cloud. Mama said make your own way, feet on the ground. Say the apple don't fall hard on the tree, but I will grow stronger, said I'd be. Had to trim back his branches to find the light. These roots are plenty deep, but I'll try with all my might. Hey, I'll grow strong, tall and free. Well, now that I'm older and off on my own, I'm building my own nest. Its branches are strong. They say the apple don't fall hard on the tree, but I will grow stronger than he said I'd be. Had to trim back his branches to find the light. The roots are plenty deep, but I'll try with all my might. Hey, I'll grow strong, tall and free.
Yeah, the apple. I love that song. Such an unpretentious fixation on the merit of hard work. It's like, so many Americana songs. It's like, well, I worked and my hands were callous and I sat in front of a railroad line for 13 years in 1 week. And that doesn't make any sense, but I feel like that's how like so many Americana songs, like when they build a self-reflecting song like that, it's so like grandiose. And this one looks at self, and it's a song about growing, right, as a person. Yeah. Like, okay, where did it come from? Like, give us the tea.
So I actually had a co-writer on this one, and it was a gal that I met in a songwriting workshop that I did. And so I had kind of had this idea. A lot of my songs start with like an idea, and like you said, like maybe an anecdote or like a phrase people say or whatever, and like I'll get something related to that stuck in my head. And so I had this idea, and so we kind of wanted to explore the metaphor of like, trying to grow taller than wherever you came from, right? So yeah, and it's still one of my favorite songs to play from the record, and fortunately, people really seem to enjoy it.
Oh yeah, when you get the band going and like they start playing,
it's a fun one to play with the band. Yeah.
You got that little drum beat there. I've seen you just crush some sets at the beginning, and like it seems like the apple is just always that best note to start a set on. And I remember at Tulip Tunes, you just absolutely crushed it with that thing.
Fun one, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just killer. All right, The Higher Road.
Yeah. I
remember last year, it was my birthday, and I went around. We were at Clay Christopherson's house, who is Dr. Clay. No Dr. Clay this month, folks. And I had an acoustic guitar in my hand. I don't remember whose guitar it was, but
Tim's.
Was it Tim's? Might have been Tim's. I just handed it to everybody, and I asked you to play this song, and nobody else in the room had heard it except me. And I remember Wes's face. He was listening to it, and He's just doing that thing that he does, you know?
The Wes Jones nod of approval.
Yes, the Wes Jones nod of approval.
Those are coveted.
That's how you know you're doing it up in Skagit, man. If you got the old Wesser saying yes, sir. Ah, isn't that great? Are we ready to go?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
How's the weather out there on the other side? I know it's only been a couple days. Get so lonely out here on the road. I get lonely at home anyway. Maybe lonely's meant to be my natural state. Heard that you were trying to get sober. Wish I told you that I think that's great. Everybody's out there making babies, chasing dreams and trying not to break. So try not to forget me while I'm away. You say you want a love that feels like home. Darling, I'll be leaving in the morning. All we want is peace and quiet, then go fight another. I never was real good letting go. Love like ours, it takes the higher road. 1,000 miles from the mountains and the pines. The leaves of emerald green, the skies of gray. Place that my forefathers trod before me. Place that shaped my soul, baked its claim. Calls me back wherever I might stray. You say you want a love that feels like home. Darling, I'll be leaving in the morning. All we want is peace and quiet, then go fight another. I never was real good letting go. A love like ours, it takes a higher road. I know it's up to me to reach out my hand and tell you what I need. Oh, I promise that I'm trying. I promise that I'll learn eventually.
Yeah. Ah. A higher road, man. It's always a killer one. Don't mind the snaps from behind the curtain. It's all right. It's just it's one of those.
Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain.
Pay no mind. It's just one of those closed poetry jams, right? Yeah, we're getting our berets out and bongos here soon. Tell me about that one, please.
So that was a song that I wrote. It was kind of a departure for me because a lot of the songs that I wrote on Things I Tell My Therapist were really, like everybody else in the world, I was stuck at home. I was doing a lot of introspection. And then when I started writing songs for this album, I had started getting out on the road again. I had been playing a lot, and I was having this really unfamiliar feeling of homesickness. And so that I hadn't felt in a long time because I hadn't left my home in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that song was just about getting older and chasing your dreams as you're getting older and you're watching all of your friends, become adults and kind of feeling like you're going down different paths. Maybe.
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the key things that comes with answering the calling. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to do something else, guys. Sorry, can't really hang out and be buddy all the time because I need to go. And people don't understand. It's like I need to go home and look in my journal.
Yeah. Right.
and be by myself and just think about songs.
Yep.
You Are My Sunshine's the next one. Is
that's true.
Is that You Are My Sunshine?
Yes.
Is this?
Yeah.
We're getting. I've never heard you sing this song.
You haven't heard this one?
No, we're getting the space station exclusive, folks. You Are My.
Well,
Sunshine.
I've been playing it at a lot of my live shows. So.
Yeah. Well, I play a lot of live shows too, Brittany.
I'm just saying. It's not. You would have heard it before if you.
Yeah. Well, I was at the Blue Room when we played together, so.
That's true. I don't know if I did.
Yeah, I don't think you did. What the heck?
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I hugged you, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Why that one?
It's a good song.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
I've been in like an old folk tunes headspace lately. You know?
I know. Yeah, we were sitting at the Lyman one time, and you were like, "Yeah, we should do Wayfaring Stranger."
Yeah, I don't know, I've been really digging into, like, I like songs where it's unclear what the origin of the song is,
right?
You know?
And I noticed that you left out the third verse, didn't you? Like, right? Yeah. We left out the manipulative line in that
Well,
song. If you leave me to find another, you'll regret it all the same. Right? That lyric.
There's a lot of versions of that song that they don't do the third verse. It's one of those. So it's really similar. There's a couple of those old folk tunes where like there's verses that people do that, like, you know, that are disputed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just a song that like it's kind of like just in the human psyche, you know?
Yeah,
like
definitely in the
like,
Americana canon. Yeah, and like we sing it to our kids. And
yeah. So it's like I've been kind of going down that path of like I think there's, you know, for a musician it can be really hard to like choosing covers can be like the worst thing because it's like hard to pick. You gotta like pick something that's like not super played out, but like that you think you could do justice to, and also that like people will recognize. And so that's I think why I've been really gravitating towards like older folk songs, because it's just like they're so recognizable and so many of us know them without even like necessarily knowing how or why, you know, like probably because like somebody sang it to us as a kid or like you learned it in kindergarten or whatever. We literally have no memory of learning this song. We just know it. Yeah.
And that's true. I've never thought about that tune like that. It's like I've never remembered a time when I didn't know that song.
Yeah. Well, and actually, okay, so I have to credit Brittany Danielle, who has played keys in my band and is a songwriter and
killer songwriter herself.
And she always like starts. She always sound checks with like a joke song. Yeah. And a lot of times it's like a nursery rhyme. And so, I always struggle. Like I never know what to sing for sound check. It's just such a stupid problem to have. I'm sure I'm overthinking it, but I started playing that just like to sound check with. Nice. I was like, whatever. It's
I know. You know. She's saying Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Yeah, she does Itsy Bitsy Spider a lot. Or Baby Shark is one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But so I kind of stole that move from her. I was like, oh, nursery rhymes. I can do that. You know?
Heck yeah. Who gets that song sang to more, Sage or Louisiana? That's the name of her dogs.
I mean, they're pretty much both always glued to my side, so like it's probably neck and neck.
Neck at that point. Oh man, I wanted you to state your favorite on the show. Space Station does another show, called the Space Station Live. It was the first show before this one, and on November 17th, Only Tree is going to be on it. It's going to be a wonderful, fantastic thing. Tune in. We have another song for you. It's called Gone with the Wind. I've heard you play this one a few times.
Another new one, yeah.
Yeah. So how many songs do you have for this new album? This next one? I know.
Lock me in on it.
I'm trying to get the exclusive.
I've got a lot. I mean, I pretty much have an album's worth of songs written. I'm kind of in the fine tuning stage right now. But yeah, getting ready to go back into the studio and get some of them recorded. Hopefully.
What's the timeline?
This winter.
This winter.
Yeah. Gonna start recording this winter. Yeah.
Coming close. Release in the summer.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm planning on releasing several of the songs as singles. So probably start releasing those
independent grind
as soon as they're ready, you know. Yeah. And then you know, see what kind of a reasonable album timeline looks like. You know, I don't like to commit to anything. I try to have stuff locked in before I like commit to anything, because I really don't want to end up like rushing out a product just like have something, you know.
And the album always grows, right? It always grows when you're in the midst of it.
Yeah, and I don't want to feel like I'm like, I mean, you know, the thing about you know, being an independent musician is that I have the luxury of like nobody banging down my door to like make me make a record. I have the luxury of making a record just because I want to make a really good record, and there's not a reason to push it out before it's ready. So I'm just trying to like let the universe worry about it and like do what needs to be done.
You're not like me sitting in the studio talking to Sean through the glass, and I'm I'm like, no, Sean, I need to record 6 today. And he's like, why? And I'm like, well, I got to record an album. We have 4 hours.
Well, and I think part of it is like the last record that I made, we were in a huge time crunch. And so I try to do as much pre-production as I can. So that once I do get into the studio, I'm like really solid on what we're doing.
Nice. Being prepared. All right. Gone with the Wind.
All right.
You know, that's a book.
It's also a movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Left a note on the bed by your pillow. Says open when you're ready to read. Oh, I can't spend the rest of the life we have left tiptoeing my problems you can't see. And I think that the grief just might kill me. So I pack my bags and I leave. Oh, go tell yourself it was me who gave up what it takes you to get to sleep. There's a promise we made about trying. I ain't keep it up on your end. Walking away don't mean nothing to you. And I guess I'll be gone with the wind. Oh, gone with the wind. And I hope that those pictures, they haunt you and remind you every day how that I was a good one, loyal and true, and it was you did the pushing away. There's a promise we made about trying. Hey, keeping up on your end. Walking away don't mean nothing to you. And I guess I'll be gone with the wind. Oh, gone with the wind. Gone with the wind in the trees and the stories you told me about the way you would love me till we're dead. Oh, please tell me this is not the end. Oh, gone with the wind. There's a promise we made about trying. Hey, keeping up on your end. Wish I could say it's better this way. I love you still until the end. Oh, but I'll still be gone with the wind. Oh, gone with the wind.
Promise we made about trying. That's the one that sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
So like, I tend to do that thing like, right, like again, taking a metaphor or a saying or something and trying to like I try to tie all of the lyrics back into that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I just wanted to take this perspective of, you know, when you're fighting for something and you really want it to work out, you know, and also just was trying to write a really, really sad song.
There it is. And there it is. Look at me.
Like that again, like that line just kind of pops into my head. That's what happens a lot. Is like a line will pop into my head, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then like, it was like really that was to me was like a really sad line, and so I wanted to kind of like build on that. But.
The promise we made about trying, just like the ultimate metaphor for disappointment, right? No, and then the motif of "Gone with the Wind." Was that spurned on by maybe, you know, Clark Gable reference?
No, honestly, no. Or? Like I said, I just like a lot of those like phrases will kind of pop into my head a lot.
Yeah. It's like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Ooh,
and the funny thing, I think
that was very good.
The framework for the song, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
So I had been trying. A lot of times, I'll have an idea for a song in my head, and I'll try a bunch of different versions of it before it like works out, you know? And so there's this Zach Bryan song called Something in the Orange that was like everywhere for a while.
Oh, goodness.
And it's a good song.
It's a great song.
It's a great song. But I
like it when Zach Bryan sings.
I have to have like, I was just thinking about this from the perspective of like, as a woman, like the perspective of Something in the Orange is like, he's a piece of crap, basically, and she's leaving him. And he like knows that he deserves to get left, but he's really sad that he's being left, right? Yeah. And I just thought about, like, as a woman, I know so many women who have been through this, and I have too, like, in multiple relationships. But, like, where, like, it's this cliche of, like, the guy saying, like, just came out of nowhere. I don't know. She just left. I don't know what happened. And she's like, I have been telling you for like so long that this is not working. And then you're like, you know, like blindsided or whatever.
Skyrim was on the TV.
So I kind of wanted to do like the opposite take of that, where it's like someone who's like, I don't want to leave any more than you want me to leave, but you're not doing the things that I need you to do, you know? And so I had like tried several different versions that just were like too on the nose, or they were coming across as too cliche, you know, as like sometimes they just do.
Yeah.
And then that line kind of felt like my key to like into the song. I like kind of knew suddenly where it was going.
There it was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that kind of happens to me a lot.
Yeah, we find that hook in and of itself. And then
you're trying to find a way into the
Yeah.
idea, you know? And then once you get that hook, you're like, okay, now I know.
Yeah, this
now
is it.
Now I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I 100% relate to that one. This next one, though, I have not heard, and I'm super excited about it. Evergreen America.
Yep. You haven't heard this one?
No.
Oh, my God. Okay.
No, I haven't.
This is probably my favorite
Maybe if I show up to your show.
Yeah, right?
I know.
What's really obnoxious is I played this show at the show where we played right after you. So.
What?
I played this at Tulip Tunes.
Did you?
I did. I did.
Well,
Cody.
Remember, okay, we were rushed on stage that one, so I didn't have my merch there, and we had just gotten killing it, and now you're killing it. I see everybody wanting to buy your merch. I don't have my merch. My merch is in the car, and I'm like, well, crap, Cody, I'd like to make some money too. That's what I said to myself, so I go, and if you know anything about Mount Vernon during Tulip Festival, there's no good place to park, so I'm parked 3/4 of a mile away. So I had to run to my car during your set and back to sell a couple CDs. And there was, I remember distinctly, because I was standing right there next to Matt, and this lady is like, picks up my CD and is like, is this her CD? And it's right in front of you. Remember this? And I'm like, and Matt's like, no, that's his. Like this guy, this sad guy right here. And she's like, oh, well, I'll buy it anyway, though, just to support you. So I was like, yeah. Matt got me a pity sale that day.
Really, just to confuse people, I should put you on my next album cover just to like, really confuse the hell out of people.
Yeah. You don't want them to buy it.
Right.
They're sick of me already.
Right.
All right. Evergreen America.
Right. This is another song that I wrote when I was missing home. Heading west into the desert, to the valley of the sun, and I never felt so far away from you. I don't know just where I
what I'm running from. But I hope I know before my journey's through. Yeah, my heart calls for home. No matter how far I roam, I would chase 1,000 sunsets till the pines come into view. Take the 405 right back home to you. To the evergreens, I'll keep coming back to you. Though my days are long and weary, your shores will be true. I will climb the tallest mountains, swim the tempest sea, just to make it back to you, my evergreen. There's some things that I'm not proud of, but I'm trying to forget. Hope that my friends know my heart is true. Not afraid of what's behind me. I'm not running from my past. Take me to the skies of gray and blue. Oh, sometimes I touch the darkness. I don't hold it anymore. Letting go of all my demons, but I'm afraid they're keeping score. Someday soon we'll be standing at your door. In the evergreens, I'll keep coming back to you. Though my days are long and weary, your shores will be true. I will climb the tallest mountain, swim the tempest sea, just to make it back to you, my evergreen. In the evergreens, I'll keep coming back to you. Though my days are long and weary, your shores will be true. I will climb the tallest mountain, swim the tempest sea, just to make it back to you, my evergreen. Oh, make it back to you, my evergreen. Oh, make it back to you, my evergreen. Make it back to you, my evergreen.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thanks.
That has everything I like about songs in it. It's about Washington. It's,
There you
you
go.
know, you got a mountain, the Tempest Sea. Take Me to My Past. Wasn't that in there?
I don't remember.
It was. There was a line there where it said "Take me to my past." But if you don't remember, then you probably aren't going to be able to elaborate on it. I'm doubting you, but I believe in
What's
you.
the full lyric?
You see, I'm listening on the fly here. So another conversation.
Collins, name 2 lyrics.
Yeah. I always
The
joke that
apple.
I'm like very much a a tape and not an MP3. Like I'm really bad at like starting in the middle of something. I have to like fast forward my way all the way there.
Oh yeah.
I have to like get myself there. I can't just like start in the middle of something.
Yeah. They're all like, start at the bridge. I'm like, what's that? What's the bridge?
It's like doing your ABCs. I gotta like go. I have to like get myself all the way there.
Yeah, it's elemento. It's elemento, right? Yeah, that's one phrase in that song. Man, what? I love.
I think the line is, "I'm not running from my past."
There we go. I'm not running from my past. Take me to my past. It was close. I was close. All right, that's not all. But I love listening to these new tunes because we see the growth and not like an exponential way, whereas you needed to grow out of that last album, but like you see where the finer points are getting tied up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think like I've been really enjoying, like, I mean, I take songwriting really like seriously because I'm a big nerd about it. And so, you know, I'm like always trying to incorporate new ideas or new things into my songwriting. And I think you can tell, like, you know, a lot of these songs are a lot more inspired by like traveling and, you know, and
what you've seen
missing
in the
people that I love and
last 5 years,
and you know, and I mean, so that one, I, you know, literally was, I mean, I was driving, you know, me and Matt were driving through the Arizona desert, through Sun Valley, and
looking at some cacti,
heading west, and just like listening to music, and I was like, you know, like stuff starts percolating in your head, and you're like, oh, I think I have an idea here.
I'd like to be back home.
And then we were supposed to be on vacation, so I was like, okay, hear me out. I'm gonna go work on this song for like an hour. Yeah. And let me just get a demo down, and then I promise I won't work on any more. I'll just like, we can go hang out and do fun stuff, and I won't be working. But I was like, you just gotta let me get this song out. Right. And he was a good sport about it. Yeah. And then I kind of like it's like I like wrote it in my head in the car, and then got the chords down when we got to where we were going, and it just like kind of. Heck yeah. It was like one of those, you know, 10-minute songs where it just like wrote itself. Yeah.
Yeah, it breathes like a 10-minute song. It not in like the bad way. I mean, it breathes in that way where it's so cohesive.
Some of them just feel easy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's killer. But not as killer as old time music, old time women with Beth Bishop.
Give me that old time music by them old time women. It's good enough for Grandpa, so it's good enough for me.
Hey there, welcome to Old Time Women, Old Time Music. Cheers. Today I want to talk about something pretty personal, adaptive music technology, and the incredible women who are making music accessible to everyone. Music has always been a big part of my life, and over the past year, I finally stepped out of the shadows of imposter syndrome to perform my own songs. I have loved every minute, and then of course, right on cue, I started experiencing numbness. Turns out I have a disc issue on my neck with a big fancy name that I can never remember. Doesn't matter, it's causing nerve impingement, and that limits me to playing just 4 or 5 songs before I lose all sensation in the fingers of my left hand. It is tough to book gigs for 2 hours if I can't make it past 20 minutes without losing all the sensation. And no one really wants to watch a 90-minute performance art piece of me just standing there looking pretty. But as frustrating and painful as this is for me, it is nothing compared to the challenges that others face. Some of you know that my big brother had a stroke in September. This is an active guy. He is a smoke jumper, a river surfer, veterinarian, and musician. Check out his band Lonesome Jet Boat Ramblers. They're from Boise. He's a banjo, guitar, and mandolin player who is now working to regain movement on his left side. And his road to recovery is being measured in millimeters. And it could be a very long time, if ever, before he plays an instrument again. But knowing him, he's not going to give up. He's never quit anything in his life. So even with my nerve issue, I can still play piano. I can still sing. My brother can barely speak. It's easy to forget how much we take for granted when it comes to simply picking up an instrument without a second thought, or opening our mouths and having sound come out. So what about the people with real musical passion and a talent who can't play because of a physical or neurological limitation? That got me researching the technology and the people working to create new ways to experience music, especially for those who are facing these kinds of barriers. I was thrilled to find out that many of these trailblazers are women. Big shocker. Dr. Ellen Doe is a researcher designing adaptive tools for people to engage with art and music. Her work focuses on human-computer interaction. A little creepy, but it still works. Creating technology that brings creative expression to people with physical limitations, connecting them with music, a lifeline for anyone feeling cut off from playing. Dr. Grace Leslie has been developing tech that reads brain signals and turns them into music. For someone who has lost physical ability, like my brother, for now, this technology offers an amazing way to stay musically connected. It redefines music making and allows people to compose or experience it on a whole new level. Rachel Wonderland, a music therapist, designs programs that uses music to reach those with cognitive and physical challenges. And while she doesn't create prosthetics, she does develop adaptive music therapy devices, helping people connect with music in meaningful ways, even when facing limitations. It's especially powerful for those who need music's comfort the most. And finally, there's the Adaptive Music Project, AMP. Not to be confused with the Anacortes Music Project, who also does very good things. This was co-founded by Dr. Heather Wagner and Claire Gibbons. AMP creates adaptive instruments for children with disabilities, allowing them to experience the joy of playing music despite their physical challenges. These women are pioneering ways to keep music accessible. Their work makes it possible for people facing barriers to keep music in their lives. And that feels more meaningful to me now than ever. So if you or someone you know faces obstacles to making music, remember there are people out there fighting to make it possible for everyone. And for those of you who are able, don't take it for granted. Anyway, thanks for listening. Here's a recording of the Lonesome Jet Boat Ramblers from Boise, Idaho, featuring Steve Baker, my brother. And Steve, I believe you will play again. There's no quit in you. And besides, you still owe me a recording of Cold Missouri Waters, so get on it. I love you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Yes, Steve, we hope you're getting better. Have a great recovery. We love you, even though we haven't met you. But best family is our family, too. From everybody here at the space station, feel better. Brittany, take it away.
Adria, you're cold and alone, and I'm so sorry, girl. Life has been so cold to you. Adria, I wrote this one for you. From the front seat of your borrowed pickup truck, you asked if I could spare some change. From the lines on your face, I can tell life has not been kind to you. And I ask you where you come from, and you tell me you're just passing through. Yeah, oh, I know, Adria. Oh, I can be so unkind. I'll lay you down, Adria. Oh, share with me your story, and I'll share with you my red and white. As we talk, I wonder where your life is gone. If your mother's out there missing you today, oh, your smile, it could break me. I ask you, would you like some food to take? And you tell me you're not helpless, you're just waiting for that tide to go your way. And oh, red and white.
Yes. That's another one off that first album.
It is, yeah.
And I want to connect Adria between the Apple.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a similar story, but differing perspectives.
Yeah. Yeah. So Adria actually was, I wrote that song. In a former life, I was a social worker. And so that song is actually written about somebody that I met while I was working, who was just having a really rough go of it. But she was just such a sweet and incredibly positive person that it really, like, meeting her really impacted me. You know, sometimes you just meet those people that like, they just impact you and you're like, man, what am I so bummed
when you
out
see
about in my own
real
life,
perseverance,
right?
right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you're like, man, you know, and so I went home that day and I just wrote that song because she just really inspired me and I wanted to write
That's
a song
awesome.
for her. But, yeah.
That's awesome. Was her name Adria?
Yeah.
Man. And you still talk today?
I've never seen her again.
Never saw her again.
No, yeah, so she was just, you know, so she just was a
and now she is CEO of Tesla.
No, I mean, I think about her a lot. You know, I hope that she was able to get back on her feet.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, that's awesome.
That's kind of the thing about being a social worker is a lot of times, you know, there isn't like necessarily like you don't see how people's like stories turn out. You know, you just do your best that you
To
can
help
for
them in that moment.
Yeah,
right?
and then you know, wish them the best, and you know.
Man, that's got to be a tough gig, but also a rewarding one at times.
I really
too.
loved it. I really did love it.
Right. When is your next show?
So I'm playing at the Conway Muse on December 7th with Mike Frazier and Dogwood Tales out of Virginia. It's gonna be a really fun show.
Dogwood Tales and Mike Frazier. Mike Frazier is a great songwriter.
He is a phenomenal songwriter.
Hoping to have him on the show one day. Mike?
And a lovely human being.
Yes. So talk about people who persevere and super
also
positive.
Yes, a very positive person who also has persevered through his own struggles this year.
Yeah.
And is, you know, getting back up on his feet and get back out there on the road. And
I cannot wait to hear the songs after.
I'm excited to play with him.
You know, considering his songs, you know, before, and his songs now are going to be that much better.
Yeah.
So, hot dang.
I know.
We're
Sucks
excited for Mike Frazier and the other guys.
Dogwood Tales.
Dogwood Tales. Yeah. That sounds like a fun band. I need to check them out.
Yeah, they're really good also. I'm excited to be on a bill with them.
Yeah. This next one, I'm really happy that you chose this because I love it when you sing it.
Ending on a cover.
I know. Wow. Ending on a cover. That's ballsy.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. She's been playing in Skagit, folks. Yeah, maybe get YouTube struck.
Yeah, I hope so. That's my goal is for you guys to not be able to monetize.
Completely demonetize us, yeah. It's my hope.
Took my love, I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hill. The landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? And the child in my heart rise above. And can I sail through the changing ocean tides? And can I handle the seasons of my life? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I've been great changing, 'cause I build my life around you. Well, time may my love, you took it down. Climbed a mountain and you turned around. If you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, landslide bring you down. Landslide bring you down. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Well, time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. I'm getting older too. I'm getting older too. I'm getting older too.
Yes. Brittany Collins, anything to say
Thanks for having me on the show.
after this? Thanks for having me on the show. Thank you for getting through the landslides and all of the hills and valleys and going through this journey with us. It's been a fun time. Next month is the holiday special. Right here, we're going to have a bunch of groups coming in and out. It's going to be anarchy, and we're going to see if Joe can live through it. It's gonna be a hell of a show. Brittany Collins, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
My buddy.
I don't know if I would call us buddy.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, all right.
I'm kidding.
My buddy. I was gonna say one of my heroes, but not anymore.
I got that rescinded.
Yeah, I got that rescinded.
That's fair. You know, I don't need to be put up on a pedestal like that. You know.
No. Dude, this is my show, guys.
And from the space.
And from the space station, that's grand old time in the space age. We'll see you next month. Love ya.
It's a grand old time in the space age. Gather round, let's sing to the void. Come orbit round the banjo. Set your space gun to enjoy. Ain't you heard down there is some nice software, but there ain't no fence where we have no air. Come have a grand old time in the space age. Gather round, let's sing to the void. Come on, boy.